Hi, I'm Jeffrey Wright.
And I'm Sterling K. Brown.
And we are going to read and also
critique. Yeah, some Letterboxd reviews of our film, American Fiction.
Shall we begin?
After you, sir.
Amreen writes, 5 stars.
Let's go.
A white woman sitting in front of me was actively Googling who Tyler Perry was during the credits. And that, my friend, is progress.
Oh my God!
That's brilliant,
That's
Amreen.
hysterical.
I'm going to frame that and put that on my wall. That's how brilliant.
TP, good for you,
That's
man.
Amazing.
All right, here we go. NDC writes, 4.5 stars.
What happened to the half?
I don't know what's going on there, but you can give 5 stars.
okay,
Man.
fair
Okay. I passed out upon hearing the line, heaving thrusts of a sweaty Idris Elba, but I'm sure the rest of the film was wonderful. Hey, listen.
That's great.
Idris does it for a lot of people.
That's great.
My wife included.
That's
so,
very funny.
You know,
That's very
understand
funny.
you passing out.
Yiggy Fresh.
Yiggy Fresh.
Fine name. Writes, always a pleasure when a movie calls in a surprise Keith David.
Hey, you know, we have not talked enough about that scene.
We haven't talked
Keith
about it.
and Oak in that scene are fantastic. And what I learned on that day, can you confirm this? The eye patch was because he actually had an eye infection.
He had an eye infection, or he had an abrasion or something. When we shot that scene, what I thought about it was that it legitimized the entire movie.
Yeah.
It's a send-up. My character is mocking that type of dialogue in literature, but they brought such a force, intentionality, and power to
Absolutely.
it that it's moving.
It is.
And so it added dimensions to it.
It's two things at once. It's
It
moving and
really
it's
is.
fucking
It really,
hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But it makes Centaura's argument in some ways. That,
Yes, it does.
You know, that this is not just beneath you.
Right.
You know, but there is something necessary inside of it as well. It is incredibly funny.
Yeah.
But there is also something that is human.
Shout out to Surprise Keith David.
Yeah.
Next review from Bobo Bobby Grant writes, the most successful aspect of American Fiction is making a Massachusetts beach look presentable enough to hold a lovely wedding.
Oh, Bobo by Bobby
What you know
Grant.
about that? You spent some time out there.
I did. We were in a town called Situate.
Yeah.
You know, that was a gorgeous, gorgeous town.
Yeah.
And that beach was lovely. So I got to, you know, I'm not gonna.
You may be thinking about the winter or something because we shot in the summer.
We shot it late, you know,
Fall?
early fall. Yeah,
Early
it was
fall,
cold.
yeah.
But it's beautiful up there.
Yeah.
And I will say more to this point. Actually, working on this film with our crew up in Boston, and I was riding my bike to work practically every morning. Working on this film actually made me kind of love Boston,
Which was not an easy
which
thing
is
for you to do.
which is a miracle.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd had some experiences there before that were not so lovely, but it was beautiful. Beautiful.
There's a whole thing about being black in Boston. It's
a whole thing.
What you got next?
What do I have? Rendy Jones writes, as someone whose journalistic career kicked off because I was a diversity hire, this was way too, all caps, damn accurate.
Wow. What's he even say?
How does he know he was a diversity hire? Maybe you were hired because you're a badass.
Maybe.
But we'll take your, but Sterling has.
I'm going to say this point here. There was a point in time in the early 2000s or whatnot where people were looking for all ethnicities, right? Like there's no specificity with regards to it because they wanted to have a multicultural, diverse cast. I think now folks are looking for specifically individuals of different backgrounds. And that's the difference between not seeing someone and seeing them. And being seen feels good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
I think that the industry is moving in a way that's like, all right, we can't just try to say like anybody plays any part in that way. We need to be more specific in our writing and who we wish to see on screen.
Sure,
That's it.
Sure, but to your point, I can understand, Rendy, why this film hit close to home.
Yeah.
Because these are the issues, among others, that we touch upon.
Sam Bluestone writes, this one has easily the best Roe v. Wade joke in the history of cinema. It also has the only Roe v. Wade joke in the history of cinema. Can you think of another?
And it certainly has the only Roe v. Wade joke in the history of cinema that comes after the overturning of Roe v. Wade,
This is very true,
which informed us a little bit when we were doing that.
Did he write it? Yeah.
He wrote it before.
He wrote it before.
We filmed it after. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That joke as well is in the book.
Is it really?
It's in Erasure.
Ah!
Yes. So get the book, Percival Everett's Erasure.
It's also appropriate that it came from someone who works in Planned Parenthood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's telling of who she is as a person, even in her jokes.
But perhaps post the overturning of Roe,
Yeah.
it's not as funny as it was.
Maybe not. There you go. Thank you, Sam Bluestone.
This is mine. No.